DreAllDay.com.
DreAllDay.com. Today's daily motivations. Everything that happens to you happens because of you. This is a rather simple point, but one that maybe not everybody is so open to receiving. That's okay, because I'm going to give it to you whether you want to receive it or not, which is that everything that occurs in your life, every situation that exists right now in your current situation, happened because of something that you either did or something that you did not do, something that you ignored, something that you allowed, something that you have tolerated. You are the reason for everything that's occurred in your life. Why do we do this and why be so extreme? Because some of you might be pushing back mentally against me right now and saying, well, look, I have nothing to do with the fact that this other person who I know did this dumb thing that put me in a bad situation, or that my boss did this, or that my girlfriend or husband did this, or that my kids are doing this thing over here, or that the neighborhood I live in, these people are doing that, or my next door neighbor is dumb and they keep doing these things over here. How do I have anything to do with that, Dre? How are you saying that's because of me? Here's the point and the spirit of this idea that everything that happens to you happens because of you, is that you did something, excuse me, directly or indirectly, that led to that situation occurring. So if you have some noisy neighbors who really get on your nerves, well, whose decision was it to move into the place that you moved into? Your neighbors didn't make you move in, right? You chose to move in and you ended up with them as neighbors. So you did something that led to that outcome. All right, your kids are acting up in school and you're not the one who goes to school and acts up. Your kids are going to school and acting up. And now you got to go to the school and take time out of your business and out of your day to go deal with the teacher because of what your kids are doing. You didn't make your kids do that. They chose to do that, right? However, you're the one who chose to have those kids, all right? And you're the one who raised them, and they went to school and did that, even though you're not the one who actually did the action. It is your responsibility. Why? Because you had something to do with it. You had something to do with the creation of those kids. If there are people in your neighborhood acting dumb and they're lowering the quality of life that you have in your neighborhood, now it's not you that's lowering the quality of life in the neighborhood, it's those other people. You chose to live in that neighborhood, or you chose to not move out of that neighborhood. So the whole point is there is something directly or indirectly that you have done or not done that has led to this outcome. And here's the bigger point here. Here's the bigger point is that when you adopt this mindset that everything that happens to you happens because of you, it gives you responsibility and ownership over every situation. That's what this is really about. It's not about you literally trying to find a way that you did something or didn't do something that led to a circumstance, even though we can find one if you look hard enough. I just gave you a couple examples that some of you might think are extreme, some of you might think they're dumb, you might think they're silly. The point is, it gives you ownership. When you take ownership over everything that occurs, then now you can do something about it. For example, in the building that I live in right now, for the last like 2 weeks, like once a day at least, this fire alarm system keeps going off. Randomly, the fire alarm's going off. And this is not because there are fires happening in the building. It's because there's, according to what I've been told, that somehow in the parking garage, if people leave their cars running for too long, the exhaust from the car, the smoke triggers the fire alarm, and the fire alarm goes off in the building, and it is interrupting people. Like I'm recording this video right now, so if it went off in the middle of this, it would interrupt my video, or if somebody's sleeping trying to take a nap or something like that, these fire alarms keep going off. Now, how could I apply this concept? Everything that happens to me happens because of me. I'm not the one who made the fire alarm go off. I'm not smoking. My car is not running. How is it because of me that the fire alarm is going off? Well, I chose to live in this building. There you go. I chose to live in this building. And when I take ownership over it and responsibility, I chose to live in this building, and that keeps happening. Now, because I have responsibility, guess what I can do? I can choose to get out of this building if I want to. Or I can choose to go to management and say, yo, get this fixed. Or I can go threaten them or do something to get them to fix the situation if they're moving too slow. The whole point is, when you adopt this mindset of everything that happens to you happens because of you, it gives you responsibility and ownership over the situation, which means you can do something about it. If you can't do anything about the situation, if something that happens to you is not because of you and you have no ownership and no responsibility, guess what? You are now subject to that thing because you don't have any control. You have no power. Therefore, you have no say so. You can't do anything about it. You have no influence. And now the situation controls you rather than you controlling the situation. You understand that? That's what this mindset is about. So, with that said, make sure you text me. So, you get my Monday motivation text I send out every Monday for free, straight to your phone. You can also get the daily motivation if you like. My number is 305-384-6894. Just text me and you'll be getting that message free of charge. We'll tell you all your options. Secondly, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you are getting all the new messages and videos that come out here on this channel. We put out a lot of material, as you probably can see. And workonyourgameuniversity.com. You want to work with me directly, that's the only place to do it. We opened up a new mastermind recently. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. Links down below in the description. Work on your game. Dre all